Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this vlog, I'm making the Gemma Polo. It is a pattern by Cookie the Knitter. It is a top-down drop shoulder sweater with a polo collar, and I am making the size M. And also one thing is that this is not really a sweater weather for me to make a sweater, and also it is never really a sweater weather here where I'm living. So yeah, I'm making sweater in like the middle of summer here. Yeah. So this was my first ever pattern that I pinned in my Pinterest board when I just started getting into knitting. So it's a full circle moment, I would say, like after 2 years of me learning to knit and like making stuff, now I'm like, yeah, let me tackle the first project that I ever pinned and like liked. I'm using the same color or a similar color that is there in the sample photos, and I'm using the Taj Mahal yarn from Ganga, and I'll mention the colorways in the screen and in the description. In the pattern, the mentioned needle size is a 5mm needle, but I sized down to a 4.5mm needle to hit gauge. So I'm making the size M. It gives me around 18 cm of positive ease, which is like the biggest positive ease knit garment that I am making. So I don't know how it will turn out on me. So let's see like how it works up and everything. And this is how much I have done today. I just have like few more rows to finish the back yoke, and then I'll pick up the stitches for the front and work the front. Let's see how this goes. I wanted to give an update today. It's the next day. I finished both the fronts and joined it all together as a single panel, and I tried it on. It's like not exactly the oversize that I thought it would be. So I counted the gauge that I am getting right now, and it is 21 stitches. So my gauge got smaller. Yeah. I mean, I was able to hit the 19 stitch gauge in my gauge swatch, but I don't know what happened. Now I'm only able to hit like 21 now. And also I can't really size up because one of these yarn, the cream color, is out of stock in all the websites. And so I mean, this size would be turning up great, I guess. It won't be as oversized as I thought it would be, but it will still be oversized, I guess. So it's fine. I'm working on the collar right now, and I'll say in the update uh, of all the stuff that I've done so far. So I have been working on this every day, and I think in the last update I told my gauge was off, and I think it's still off. I will not check it after that. I did not frog it to make the other size. I just went ahead with size M. I think, and also I was still working on the body in flat, and I completed the body in the flat. And after I completed the body in the flat, in the pattern it was mentioned to work the button bands. It was a double knit button band, and I worked and I completed both the button bands, and then I joined it in the round and worked till I ran out of the purple color yarn, and then I started working on the collar. I have been working on this collar since yesterday evening, and this is how much I have done. It's a double neck collar. This is not my first time ever doing double knit. I guess this is my second time doing a double knit ever, and my first time was like working on a cardigan button band. It was fine. I was able to finish it. Maybe it was also fine maybe because I was working on a bigger needle, and this time I was fine with working the double knit for the button bands because it worked up pretty quickly, and this was my first time doing double knit for such a big number of stitches or a huge number of stitches, and it's taking me out and driving me crazy because I've been working on this for like 24 hours now. Let's say on and off, not 24 hours fully. And I think I am hitting the 5 centimeter mark right now, and I need an additional 5 centimeters, and I need to do the tubular bind off too. So I don't know when I'm gonna finish this. I used to think when people used to say like the double knitting is very hard, and I used to be like, nah, it's fine, because I usually work, or like what I've done previously was like a 8 stitch double knitting, and it took me like few hours or something to work on it, and now this is around 300 plus stitches, and I'm doing double knitting in a 3mm needle because I sized down the needles for the entire garment. So I sized down the needle for the double knitting too. So yeah, I think I'm gonna work on the double knitting till I run out of this yarn that I'm currently working in. Then I'm gonna put the collar no hold and work the sleeves till I run out of yarn or till I finish the sleeve, and then maybe I'll come back to the collar, or I'll go back and finish the second sleeve. I just don't know what I'm planning to do. I think that's all the update I wanted to give. I want to give an update, and I'll say like what all I finished so far on my Gemma Polo. And the first thing is that I finished working on the ball of yarn that I was working the collar with, and now the collar measures around 6.5 centimeters, I guess. Yeah, I need an additional 3.4 centimeters or something to finish it. And the next thing I did was I picked up the stitches for the sleeves. So the sleeves are picked up, and then like a few short rows are worked to shape the sleeve, and then the decreases are worked from the next color stripe. So I added one more additional decrease to what is mentioned in the pattern, and in the pattern the sleeve is a little bit cinched in. You knit a decrease round and then you knit a 1 by 1 rib. I have another sweater which has a similar cinching in of the sleeve ribbing, and I did not like it that much, so I thought at first I'll just won't do the decrease round and just knit the 1 by 1 rib. But then I saw like one of the pattern project pages where like I'll mention the Ravelry project in the description, and I'll put the name of the person on the screen. She had done the exact same finishing for the body and the sleeves. So the body is finished with like a folded over stockinette portion. So I have done that, and I think it turned out really good. So in the pattern it is done in a different way, like where you cast off the stitches and then you sew it together, but I have already done like a few folded over hem. I did it exactly like what is mentioned in the camisole number 9, I guess, where like you pick up one of the stitches from the wrong side and you knit it together with the live stitch, so that would give a neater finishing. This sleeve took me around let's say like a day, no, like maximum of 2 days, and for comparison 3 days of knitting got me this far, and 2 days of knitting got me this far. So yeah, and now I'm working on the second sleeve, and I've done one decrease and I have the other decreases on the sleeve to go. I could have finished a lot more today, but I was tired and I took a nap and everything, so I'll finish it. I don't think so I'll finish it by Friday. I wanted it to be finished by Friday so I can block it and go out of station. So by the time I come back it'll be dry. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish it by Friday because I have the entire sleeve to go. I think I can finish this sleeve tomorrow and maybe work on the body a bit. I think I can finish the body by Thursday if I can finish the sleeve by tomorrow. So I have the entire Thursday and Friday to finish the collar. I'll see you guys when I finish the sleeve or when I finish the body. I wanted to give an update for the Gemma Polo, and I completed the second sleeve. I think this is the second sleeve or this is the second sleeve, I'm not really sure now. So I completed both the sleeves, and I just completed like 10 minutes back. I just completed my body, so I'm so happy about it. I cropped the body as usual. All of my knits are cropped because I have a short torso. I had to knit the entire lavender section at the end, but I thought like this is enough for my length. I also compared it with my chinner sweater, and I wanted this one to be a bit longer than the chinner sweater because I think the chinner sweater is like a bit too cropped. I think it only suits like very high-waisted jeans, and I just have two high-waisted trousers, I guess, and I wanted to wear this with like all trousers that I have, so I thought I should like at least have 2 centimeters more than what's the length of a chinner sweater, so I finished it. So now all that's left for the Gemma Polo to finish is the collar, and I am not gonna work on the collar tomorrow because I leave by the evening and I don't think so I can finish 4 centimeters and the cast off by tomorrow evening. So I'm gonna set it aside, come back after 4 days and work because I don't want to take this entire garment and go also. So yeah, that's the update, and I'll update when I come back and start working on the collar or when I finish the collar. It's been more than 2 weeks since I last gave an update for the Gemma Polo. There are reasons. One is that I went on a trip. 2, I was sick after the trip. 3, I was tired and I just now decided like, okay, let me give an update for all the stuff that I have been doing because I've been doing a lot. I finished the Gemma Polo and it took me another 2 to 3 days to finish the collar, and that was the most exhausting part of this. And then I did the tubular bind off, and I thought I would dread the tubular bind off because it was on such a small needle, so I thought maybe I would hate it, but I cast it off in an evening. So I started it around 3 o'clock or something and took a lot of breaks, and by the end of the night I was able to finish the collar, and then I blocked it. After blocking, the sweater grew in length, and I don't mind the length now, so I'm not gonna go back and frog it. Before trying it on, I was thinking maybe I should go back and like frog the portion, but later I decided that it's better like to leave it off. One thing that I forgot to say is that this is how much yarn I have left over. It's like around 3 balls totally, I guess. I did not even crack into this one, but I cracked into the other two, and I still have the swatches and everything. I am thinking of either making a beanie or mittens, maybe colorwork mittens, since I have two colors, and I might have a third color depending on my current whip that I am having right now. Maybe I will have, maybe I won't have. It depends on like how much yarn I have left over from that project. So yeah, if you have any ideas what to make with this, please leave it down. I guess that's all the update I have for the Gemma Polo, and I'll say about the pattern and everything after I finish adding the buttons. And I'm planning to finish it by the next weekend. Today is Sunday, so by the next Sunday I want it to be finished, like adding all the buttons and everything. So let's see if I can do that by next Sunday. It's been 3 days since the last update. I finished the Gemma Polo. I sewed the buttons this morning and everything is done. So the knit is finished and I'm so happy with it because this is my first ever pin or like the first Ravelry project that I liked when I just started getting into knitting, and to see it come to life is such a nice experience. I'll say about my finished garment now. And in one of my update, I told you that I did not hit gauge with the current knit that I was making, and I did not measure it after that. So after blocking, I measured my gauge again. I hit the gauge of 19 stitches in my flat knitted part, and in my round knitting part I hit 20 stitches. I think the overall size of my garment reduced a lot. According to the pattern, this garment would be around 126 centimeters in circumference, but my garment is just 104 centimeters. It's like around 22 centimeters smaller than what the pattern recommends for the size that I made, which is the size M. This is not that oversized, so I guess that's fine. The garment grew in length a lot, but I did not go back as I said in the previous update. Yeah, I guess that's about the garment. About the pattern, it's a very well clearly written pattern, except for like one of the place where I had a doubt, because where she has mentioned video tutorial for the button band. In the written instruction, it's clearly written what to do, but in the, I'm not really sure. I think in the video tutorial, she did one of the rows once instead of twice, and I got confused, and I had to like step back and like, okay, take a mind and take a minute and think about it and then figure it out. Other than that, it's really good. And one more thing is that it has only 5 sizes. I think that's because this is one of her older patterns, and the patterns that she has made now goes up to 5XL. Um, yeah, another thing is that I felt weird when I was doing the armhole. So for the armhole, she did not shape the armhole, but she added short rows in the sleeves. I have made a similar uh, short rows in the sleeves pattern twice, but both the times there were armhole shapings in the body, but I don't know why it's not included here. I don't think so that's really an issue because it's a drop shoulder. Yeah. And overall, it's such a good pattern that I would recommend you guys to make it. And yeah, I was so happy that I finished it. And this is one of the 4 sweaters that I'm planning to make this summer. Uh, 2 of them are already on my needles, and I have the yarn for the 4th one too. Thank you for watching if you have watched till here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.